Hey everyone, this is Sam and Berto and we are live in Dubai.
Live in Dubai.
Today is a very special day because we're gonna be starting season 2. And season 2 gonna be starting in July, which is gonna be a very hot season.
Ooh man, hot fire for real.
So we're gonna be bringing more guests and more onto different topic in this season. And today we have very special guests in season 2, which is superstar YouTube and singer Sandra Sahi.
Welcome.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
How you feel like post quarantine?
Yeah, exactly. No, it feels so good to be back. It feels also good to see people and like get out there more because it's been such a while since we've been stuck at home. So it's good to be back on the routine.
A couple months.
Couple of weeks. Yeah.
This is like the global vacation, like everyone
Right.
stay at home. So it's like we, for the first time ever in history, we're sharing something in common.
Right.
So
Yeah.
whenever you talk to someone, it's like they're sharing the same feeling.
Right.
So-
Global staycations. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So tell us, Sandra, like how you really like find yourself in the music scene. You know, like tell us how you start this journey.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I'm Sandra Sahi. I'm 20 years old. I was born and raised in Belgium. I'm originally from Iraq. So I started singing since I was really young, like 6, 7. I just loved music so much. I loved to like watch like movies and musicals and stuff. And then I moved to Dubai when I was 12. Actually, so it's been like around 9 years almost that I've been living here. And I just kind of, as soon as I came to Dubai is when I took it serious, like took it more serious. That's when I knew like, okay, music is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I started off by making covers. And since those covers were doing so good on like Instagram and everything, like I was doing those a cappellas.
Yes.
People loved them a lot. So I decided to keep it going for like a good year, 2 years. It was my thing, like a cappellas, you know, those like squares where like I just layer my vocals. People love them a lot. And then from there is pretty much like 2017, 2018 is where I released like my first single and stuff. And that's where it kind of started.
That's
Yeah.
really interesting, you know, because I watched like when you started doing cover back in 2013.
Yeah.
Like you started doing YouTube cover. I think the
Yeah.
first cover with the Demi Lovato in
Yeah.
2013.
Yes.
And this is like something special. Tell us like what your family think in terms of like music and how and why you choosing, for example, like YouTube as a platform.
So my family actually is pretty into music. They love music. My mom actually sings in Arabic. She would be singing at like all the weddings, like the family stuff, you know. So and then my dad is like, obviously both my parents are super supportive. My brothers even more, they're really supportive as well. So actually one of my brothers also makes music, like he produces and stuff. So everyone pretty much like has that kind of music like driven, you know, direction.
So, your family is just music. Like,
Yeah,
Your house
exactly.
is probably super noisy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Everybody in the room playing, you know.
Exactly, yeah.
Nobody complain when they hear the music.
Yeah.
Nobody say like, can you please this volume?
Right.
Yeah, oh my
That's
god, they
beautiful,
ask
though.
me that all the time. Like I would be in my room and they'd be like, my mom would be like texting me on WhatsApp actually because she doesn't want to come in and disturb. So she would be like, Sandra, please just reduce the volume just a bit, please. I was like, okay, whatever. And YouTube as a platform, to go back to your question, YouTube I think is one of the best platforms, especially back then. It was so trendy for covers, and like I just used to see people, like everyone, like just uploading covers and them singing or dancing, whatever talent it is that they have, they used to like upload them all the time. So yeah, YouTube is like it for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So can you describe like your musical style to us?
Yes. So my musical style is, I would say definitely like somewhere around Afro pop Oriental, if that makes sense. So why Oriental? Because I have this thing where I love to add like Arabic twists in as many songs as I release. And I think that's like the message I'm trying to convey is like, I'm this like girl who's Iraqi, born and raised in Belgium, like between both worlds, both cultures, you know. So I want to show people like how it is like, and that they don't have to be like that. They don't have to feel different or be ashamed of where they come from. Because like at the end of the day, music literally is a universal language. It speaks for all, right?
Yes.
So like I want to actually insert that like Arabic twist, but on Western beats and songs.
So you don't put yourself in a box, like you just transcend every box. Like you really describe your style with just
it's just very free. It's like kind of universal. Yeah,
right. And it takes somebody special to do that, because you don't only rap. I mean, sing.
Yeah.
You're only singing. You know, you're multilingual. You know, so you're singing various languages, which, you know, to do what you're doing right now is very special, because no one that I know can do music in 3 different languages, and, you know, and more, you know, so salute to you and congrats to that. And how are you planning to develop and grow within that?
So I am actually looking, like, on a long term, definitely I'm looking to, you know, this Corona period, I think I told you guys, like, backstage, but I was literally saying how I took that period to work on myself so much, not only music, but also mental health, physically, like from working out. Like, as an artist, you have to do those things, you know what I mean? Right. It always keeps you healthy, keeps you active, keeps you moving. So I took that time really to kind of work all those things out, and hopefully on the long run, I'm gonna keep on releasing music really like in a consistent like matter, basically.
This is
so,
this is really good. Okay, so I want to ask you another question, because I really like kind of like study your journey, so so I want to ask you, like, because it's different than being a female artist, that you are independent than artists who already have like kind of like production behind them and everything. So how you feel when you're starting doing cover and content, you know, and then you shift to starting making music? How you feel in terms of like your fan and social media feedback? Is it like supportive? Is it really like people asking you to go for a different style? How you make your first genre of music?
So people, like, actually people are very supportive on my platform. So that's something I've been actually really blessed to have since day one. So all the people who follow me, they actually followed me because they know that I sing. And that's something that means a lot to me. I don't want to be seen as like someone who started off like as being an influencer or YouTuber necessarily. It's just purely music. That's what I started doing, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing.
Okay.
So that's what I want people to.
So when it comes to music, for example, I see like you are singing in 3 languages, which is like Arabic and French and English. Do you feel kind of like you are putting higher responsibility in yourself because it's more into like 3 different audience?
I get what you mean.
And then you're creating kind of like competition, one song for French, other people one song for Arabic. How you find the balance in terms of like trying 3 different territory at the same time?
It's it was actually I just went with the flow. I wanted to, because at the very beginning, I was super comfortable with English, like more than anything. Then this idea came of doing this fusion, which I told you guys about. So I started including Arabic and English, like in the English songs. But I get what you mean. It's like, it seems like it's different territories and stuff. But actually, it's something that people liked because they saw it as like a unique thing that you don't really hear often. So it's not like different territories things. It's more like people enjoyed that mix. So it united them all to listen to that same genre.
So you can say, Sandra, for example, is it kind of like reflection of your roots because you are Iraqi, Persian as well? So you find yourself that as a person, you can listen to French music and listen to English music. So you kind of like that things maybe inspire you as well in terms of music.
Of course,
similar people mix as well.
No, different. It's literally the reflection of my roots, like you said, and that's what I'm really like. That's the thing that, if anything, I'm most proud of, and on this whole journey, you know, it's the fact that I get to represent like the culture, like Iraqi, being born and raised in like Europe, like the continent of Europe, and just kind of have all those mixes together. So it's definitely a reflection. It represents me the best, you know what I mean?
Of course,
So how do you like? You mentioned that your audience is super supportive. You know, just being in the position you are with your growing fan base and it's already large as it is. How do you deal with like the criticism that may come your way?
So the criticism has been something that I've been dealing with for a long time. Even today, you know, you still have people who criticize you and who like throw you some bad comments and stuff. But at the end of the day, I used to be very sensitive, like at the beginning when I used to get that, because I was also younger. I didn't really understand, so it used to like pierce through my heart, you know.
Right.
Like I used to be really affected by those comments. But at the end of the day, no matter what you do, I just put it that way. There's always gonna be people who will not support you or criticize you for whatever reason it is.
Right.
Like they can have like maybe personal things or something like that, but it's completely okay. So nowadays, like when I get anything like hate or criticism, sometimes you have like the instructive ones, like you have criticism which you can actually learn from, and these comments I read them. It's like what you can improve, what you've been doing wrong, whatever. But there's the actual harsh criticism. This I just don't give it too much attention.
That's just really
to be honest. Yeah, exactly.
Because you always like positive vibes. Every time I interact with you, it's always like a positive feeling. You know what I mean? So which is great, and that's something that's rare, especially with someone with that has the influence that you have.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
definitely.
you always get that sense of you know, it's almost like you're so super down to earth, and your interaction with your audience and your interaction with everybody is always positive.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good.
Yeah, no, I always try to be as positive as I can. Honestly, like this world is not worth negativity. You know,
Right.
You don't need negative vibes.
Right.
You just do you. Whoever, like, you know, at the end of the day, it's just all positive. It should be.
Right. So when do you have any new music that you
Yes, I do. I don't know if I actually mentioned it or not, but so we were speaking about the genres. I actually got really attracted to French music lately, and that's kind of what I'm doing now. So I'm like kind of focusing on French, if that makes sense. French with like Arabic twists. So I definitely have some dope tracks.
We
Not gonna spoil.
We cannot
Not gonna spoil. Yeah.
She's not letting it go yet. You know?
I can tell you the name of the album. The Vaccine.
Boom. Oh, that would be dope. That would be lit.
It would be, yeah. Definitely.
Okay, so we really like want to talk about something which is like many people are watching today, especially like we have plenty of good talent in Middle East and North Africa, which is like they are always having the question and asking about like what is the lesson that you learned from your journey in music, because being 20 years old and 7 years in music, which is really
man, I respect that so much.
Of course, especially as a woman, like you don't give up, you keep going in music and everything, you know, which is very inspiring. So I want to know from your own perspective, you know, what you think that the lesson you learned from doing music, and what you think that, like, what is the thing that can make different in your career that you think that will help your music? Because you're independent. Yeah. So what is the thing that you realize that if I have these things or something that can help in terms of like your music? Yeah. So I think that how it be like being an independent artist. So like as a Middle Eastern. Yeah, because you know like the difference, like I give it in different way. Okay, so the difference, for example, like being artists in Europe or Belgium, for example. Okay, you can make a lot of money from streaming, from a lot of like there is a lot of way like to generate money in music, you know. Yeah. But so far here in the region here, the only way you can make money, which is like only live performance. Yeah. So how, let's call it like how you survive this kind of limited of revenues, you know, being an independent artist. Yeah. So so first of all, being an independent artist is actually it's something that I actually wanted. I chose for that because when I first started, I obviously wasn't old enough. Possibly when I started, I was like 17. Right. So I really would have like rather like be an independent artist more than anything. I still am, which is good, and I learned so much from the industry to the point where now, you know, like if any label decides to approach or we approach them whatsoever, I feel that I would be ready, you know what I mean? Right. In terms of revenues here, I agree with you, and we also spoke about it earlier. It's that it's pretty much the show income here that's really, you know, like big. So I try, you know, I do gigs, I do shows here in Dubai, which is pretty fun, in Abu Dhabi, Dubai. I'm hopefully looking to expand that more, like maybe, you know, in the region, like whether it's Saudi, Bahrain, Kuwait. I have so many followers from there too. Wow. So that will come from
releasing more music. Like this is how the income, let's say, just you release more music and then you will get more of those things, the shows, the promos and everything.
So is the goal to remain independent, or are you seeking?
No, the goal is definitely to, you know what they say, like make it nationally and then you can go like expand more and that thing. So definitely in the future I'm looking to expand much more. So whether it's like a label can help in that, yeah, for sure, why not? Why not? Yeah.
I see also, like you mentioned in the upcoming music, that you are really interested in French music, you know.
Yeah.
I see, like you sing before, like French Oriental style, which is very kind of like personal. It's more really like positive vibe music. So let's say right now, like, what is the message when you want to sing in French? Like, what is the motive?
So first of all, like I never really got to show that side of me on social media. That side of you know, people have always seen me as this Iraqi girl, but I just never spoke French ever.
Yes.
And that's something that I'm just super excited about, and I want people to see that, okay, yeah, like they don't have to be afraid to show their mix, and I want to be that person who shows that. The fact that, like, yes, I'm Iraqi, I was born and raised in Belgium, so I want to kind of show that to the world. And I feel like it's such a weird mix, you know, like Iraq and Belgium, you know, like you wouldn't think. So yeah,
two different worlds, right?
Two different worlds, exactly. So I want people to, like, if you're like European and Tunisian, European Algerian, like North Africa, you know,
of course,
from like mixed from so many different regions. I want people to be empowered by that and to be proud of where they come from, to be proud of those cultures and those mixes. So I wanna actually be that person who tells them, like, yeah, let's get it, you know, that's us.
You do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So since like you're having content on YouTube, do you see yourself only beyond the music, like creating some content as well in French, so to expand that kind of like awareness?
Yeah, definitely. I've thought about it, still thinking about it, content in French, definitely. I mean, eventually if I want to make French music, definitely I'll 100% do things in French, like fun things, interviews, vlogs, whatever. It's just still in the process. I'm just thinking about it, you know, because it's not easy.
Be patient. There is something really cooking in French, you know.
Yeah.
And soon you're gonna be Sandra, like creating content in French.
Yeah.
Okay, Berto.
So as far as like collaborations or anything, are you interested in collaborating with artists, or have you done much?
I haven't collaborated like here regionally with anyone. I have collaborated once on my very first single, and it was with an artist called J Fly from Amsterdam. He's a rapper. It was pretty cool. It was a cool experience. Right now I'm looking to develop solo first, and then when the right featuring and when somebody dope shows up, definitely I'm open to it. Of course, 100%.
How dope from 0 to 10?
What's that?
How dope from 0 to 10? Because there is a level of dope.
I mean, there's a level of but not even on a scale from 0 to 10. It's just whoever I feel like has like a super cool style or genre of music. I'm looking for unique stuff right now. So I want to showcase the people who really have some unique some strength points, let's say, in their careers and stuff, and I would love to showcase that, you know, on a featuring. So yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. And I see you can ball too. I see you can hoop in your video. You know, I see you as she's good at basketball.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is so funny. Yeah.
How did that video come about? Like, how do you go into your video, like, directions?
So the video is it's obviously, oh my god, I lost my words. It all starts off by listening to the words of the song, like to try and to have a vision of what the music video should be, or that you want it to be. As soon as that's there, you just kind of sketch it out. You I even drew something once, like, you know, like as squares to see what the scenes, how I want the scenes to be shot. And then you just get in touch with like whoever it is that you need to get in touch, and then you make it happen. It's a very fun process, like honestly.
Yeah, because you always have dope visuals, not only on your music videos, but your Instagram as well as your influence page. And it's when you're doing a commercial and things were disappearing in the mirror and appearing in the cell phone. I was like, oh, this is dope, man. So like just it's interesting to see how you come out with your visuals.
Definitely. No, I love to be creative, but that's not even like we're not even there yet. There's crazy ideas that I have for music videos, like crazy, not expected.
This Mars thing going on right now. Are you gonna be up there?
I'm gonna be up here. Just bye, guys. Yeah.
So when it comes, for example, to YouTube, I like how really hard for you, because I understand really like the like how much work needs to be done in music, and how you balance between being a YouTube creator and being an artist at the same time, and how you can help in terms of like the fans, because sometimes fans get confused. Like some fans want you more on creator side, some fans want the music side, right? So how you communicate, or how you can, like, let's call it like how you maintain that conversation to achieve what you want to be.
Yes, exactly. So it makes total sense, and it's something that can be very conflicting for not only me but just anyone who like wants to be an artist or content creator at the same time and everything. I just try my best to incorporate as much as I can music in my vlogs, just to show people like my personality, just to show them like my life, my daily life, but as an artist, like what an artist does, like other than singing, because that's not everything they do, you know what I mean? They have a life too. Hello.
Of course. Of course.
So no, definitely, I try to incorporate like singing as much as I can. But then again, people actually love my daily like vlogs or like stories, even on Instagram and stuff. So they appreciate the side, because you don't have a lot of artists who also show that side of them, of like how I live, like what I eat, so it's pretty cool. It's like it kind of links you up more to your followers. They will love you more. They will know who you are and what you do. So they will feel like a special interaction or connection with you.
Yes. So like there is a lot of like female artists are watching our show, and I think that's one of the most question I received so far, which is I think you learn the process in different way, which is like you started as a content creator, and then after that you shifted to music. But most of the majority of artists in the region here, they are musicians first, and are struggling how to kind of like jump online on different platforms and kind of like creating content. So I want to know like what is your advice, or what is like the things that you learn in your journey in terms of like how as an artist putting yourself online?
I would say like the key to that is, it sounds cheesy and so many people say it, but I really believe in that. It's like there's only one of you in the world, so do you and be yourself and show that to the world, because you don't want to be someone you're not. First of all, you don't want to copy someone else just because of what they do or whatever. So just be you, put it out there on social media, whatever it is that you're comfortable with. If it's something that also you're struggling with, that you're not sure about, don't do it. You have all the time, especially us, we're all young. Everyone, and Dubai is a very youthful city as well. So I know that there's a lot of content creators, like artists, who want to, get on social media more. So just take your time and be you. That's like literally the advice I would give. Really,
because this is like you see it right now, which is like most of the artists right now, they have to create content online. Every time there's a new platform, they jump on that platform.
Definitely. Also, like it's good to be on trend, and for example, this whole TikTok thing, how it blew up, like people stay on trend. You have to be updated pretty much of everything that's going around. And
I think as I mentioned about TikTok, I have one question regarding TikTok, which is this is very crucial for artists here, because I think one of the major problem here for regional artists, which is like radio station doesn't play indie music, which is everybody obviously know about this, which is kind of harming in terms of the artists, that kind of like them exposure. But luckily we have some new player that jump to the market, like Spotify and other platforms, and Grammy. So we're starting having more people listening to the indie music, and now TikTok also you can like plug in music and people can react to it. So from Sandra perspective, how you use TikTok as a platform to music?
Okay, so TikTok is a very fun application. Definitely, it's something that also blew up over the past months. Like literally, it went viral. Everything goes viral. But it's a very cool platform, and I just appreciate so much that people made an app to raise awareness about music and choreos, like just dancing and singing.
Right.
I appreciate that so much. I love it so much. So the thing that I personally mostly do on TikTok is just either singing videos. I did for example Havana in French, and then I did I did covers. I did guitar covers on it as well, which also did great. And then so it's mostly singing content, but also a bit of just beauty and all that stuff, which also is cool. And yeah, people people like that. People like that a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope. So as far as your growth, on social media, how difficult has that been to continue to grow your following the way that you have? Because it's growing.
It is. It is. Yeah. Just keep on being. I try to be consistent as much as I can.
Right.
And I just keep on trying to innovate and just come up with new ideas all the time. And people want to always see something new or something special or something crazy. That's what they like. People on social media, they look for unique stuff.
Right.
So for example, that video where I did with the phone and it disappearing and taking it from the mirror, that people love. So I try to always be aware of the trends, aware of what I'm doing. Try to always be unique in content creation, and just you take it from there. You keep on developing and being consistent. Right. That's how you achieve growth, really.
Right.
Yeah.
So people that's around in your demographic, your age and all that, what's the best thing that they can do when they in order to help them out? Because you're, like I said before, you're such a positive person, and how can they learn? What can they learn from you in regards to,
one thing that people know me for is the fact that I started at a very young age. So I actually came on social media when I was, that video that you told me about, the 2013 one, I was 14. I was 14.
Yes.
So I literally entered the world of social media at 14, and at 17 is when it started to pick up.
Yeah.
So one thing that I want people to also take from that is that if you have a talent or a passion for something, go for it, and you have so many years ahead of you. It's always good to start at a young age, and I want to kind of be that person also who makes that message reach to people.
Right.
I think I really appreciate that, because this is the purpose of the show, that there is nothing called overnight success.
It's
take you from 2013 to 2017 to starting kind of seeing fruits of that hard work.
Exactly.
That you put in,
Exactly.
And the main thing is you are starting because of passion, but you are not looking for outcome immediately.
Yeah, you're not.
Yes.
Because I never looked for outcome. I never thought that by doing covers I would reach to where I am today and do my own singles. I didn't know. I had no idea. So also when you just follow your passion and your dream, you don't think about I want to be famous, I want to do this, do that. You don't. It's something natural that comes. If you're good and you pursue your dream and you work hard for it, mentally, physically, everything that comes with it, you'll see the fruits of your hard work, just
100%.
like you said.
Yes, 100%.
So,
I want to ask the last question
of
the show, which is working as an influencer with a brand. There is a lot of, you see a lot of influencer, without mentioning name, that kind of spoiling them image. The way but I really like the way you work with a brand. Do you maintain your own code that you want to be this way? So how you maintain that? I want to kind of people watching to learn about that.
So the key to work with brands and everything, I think, is just you don't need to rush and accept everything that they offer you and every single deal that you get. I'm pretty sure me alongside everybody else, we've said no to so many things. It's just whatever feels right to you and your audience. So it's a circle, right? There's the brand, you, and your audience.
Correct.
If it works for me, I want it to work for my audience. and then it's like a circle, you know, it has to work for everybody. So if it's like a brand with a product that approaches me, like for example related to music and stuff, I know that my fans follow me for my music. I know that I have talented people on my platform which always send me videos and voice notes and stuff. So for example, I'm down to promote that product because I know that it can be beneficial for them and for myself and for the brand. So if it's like a something that's not beneficial for my followers, but it could be for me, I don't do it. Even though it is beneficial for me, I know that, you know, I'm doing this for my followers too, you know? So I wouldn't like say yes just to have it for myself. It's just like, you have to think about everyone. So that's the thinking process that actually goes through my mind. Is like, is it beneficial? Is it good for me, for them, for the brand? Like if yes, let's go for it.
Okay.
So
that's amazing that you're thinking like that already. You know, like, that's great.
Yeah, you that's what I'm saying. You don't have to, you can't rush. And if you rush, it's gonna be so obvious. People will notice that and they'll be like, you're just throwing stuff at us. That's not nice.
Being real is very hard when you're being an influencer, especially like as an artist, because people always like having that perspective. Is like it's hard to be yourself when at the same time you need to have some business and have some income, you know, which is that's what you mentioned, which is like you need to be like a little bit patient at the same time choosing what's good for you, or just like what is offered on the table, you know. And I want to talk one more thing about the music. When you're talking about like music streaming platform, you know, is it? I see, for example, like a couple of your track is trending, especially like Infinity. You know, and Celebrating Love. Do you really consider, let's call it like what is popular song on this platform in terms of like getting more into that genre, or always you're trying to discover new things?
It's not so. So like when you see a big number and everything, of course it's encouraging to pursue the same path. But at the end of the day, it's also what you want to represent, what message you want to convey, and what you're most comfortable with as an artist. So for example, pop was fun. Pop is coconut. It's Infinity. Celebrating Love is R&B, like purely. And then Ya Hayati is pop, the last one I released. They all did well in their own you know, perspective. Like every one of them had their own kind of audience. Like you know, there's people who will like it and there's people no. So but then, you know, I want to start this like French thing now, and let's see how it goes, because it is a different style, it is a different language. So
I think really like
exciting.
Sandra is like adventurous artist.
She's
like pop, she's like R&B, she's like French, and soon we're gonna be seeing Sandra in Spanish and German, and Japanese.
Despacito.
And you know, you're doing all this while being authentic to who you are, which is amazing, and we can definitely see your career just going far, and you know, you being like a genuine superstar.
Of course,
So
thank you so much
for sharing your story with us. I'm sure like a lot of people will hear a lot about your news. Please also like check out Sandra music on streaming platform and her music videos. She has very kind of like variety, colorful song from Coconut to Infinity to Celebrating Love.
You'll find something you'll love. You'll find something
you'll definitely find something.
Especially now the weather is so hot, so you can have some coconut. You know,
there's something for everyone, you know?
Literally. And it transcends ages and everything.
So we wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
We wish you all the best because you are representing the 20 million female and the Middle East millenniums that actually seeing you as a role model.
Thank you so much.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you guys so much for having me again.